Hello guys, so today I have a box of dinosaurs, so let's get right into it, okay? So what is this? We have a feathered velociraptor right over here. Okay. Next up, we have a Silophysis. Okay. And this it's or rather an Euplocephalus. It looks like an Ankylosaurus, but it is actually not. And right over here we have a Dimetrodon. A Dimetrodon is actually not a dinosaur but a prehistoric synosaurid. And what is this? This is actually an Elasmosaurus, a prehistoric marine reptile. And this dinosaur right over here, it's actually known as the Giganotosaurus. It is bigger than a T-Rex, alright? There are very few dinosaurs or rather carnivores which are bigger than a T-Rex. And what is this? This is a Suchomimus. Yeah, it is nicknamed the crocodile mimic, alright? It is part of the Spinosauridae family. It is closely related to the Spinosaurus. And what is this? This is actually an Allosaurus, although it doesn't really look like one. It looks more like a Velociraptor to me, but this is actually an Allosaurus. Okay. What do we have here? This is very commonly known. This is a Triceratops. Alright. Very nice. What about this? This is a beautiful Apatosaurus. Yep, Apatosaurus. Oh, I beg your pardon. This is actually known as the Argentinosaurus. It is a huge sauropod. So basically, sauropods are those dinosaurs with long neck, strong arms, long tail. Okay, what is this? This is a Pachycephalosaurus. It's a beautiful one. It is known as the thick skull lizard because it has a very hard skull. And this, it's a Stegosaurus, and it is nicknamed the roof lizard. I think you guys will know this really well because paleontologists actually thought that all these plates were lying sideways like shingles on a roof. And this is actually known as a Thagomizer right over here. Okay? Spinosaurus, which is another carnivore that is bigger than a T-Rex. The spine lizard. Beautiful. And what is this? This is actually known as the Oviraptor. Do you guys know why it is holding an egg in its left arm? It is because it was known, or rather assumed, to be an egg stealer. Yeah, an egg thief. But some paleontologists actually thought that, this dinosaur was actually protecting its own eggs. So we don't really have a clear answer by now. And this is a Dilophosaurus, double crested lizard. As you guys can see, it has two crests on top of its head. What about this? This is an Iguanodon, which is known as the iguana's tooth. Okay, it's a herbivore, a plant-eating dinosaur. And right over here we have a prehistoric flying reptile, which is known as the Pteranodon. Okay, let's move on. We have another one, which is another prehistoric flying reptile, and this is known as a Dimorphodon. They're totally two different breeds from the previous one, but they can be quite similar. I mean, they are both flying reptiles. And what is this? This is known as the Brachiosaurus. You can see this huge, significant bump on top of his head, and this is known as the Brachiosaurus because it is nicknamed the arm lizard because the two front legs are really long and they look like arms of a dinosaur. Next up we have a Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus is known as the meat-eating bull. It is a carnivore which is smaller than a T-Rex but much more agile and fast and quick. And it looks like a bull because of these two horns on top of his head. And right here we have a T-Rex. And this is known as the Tyrant Lizard King. Yes, it is a ferocious dinosaur, very well known, probably the most famous dinosaur. And it is my most favorite dinosaur since I was a kid. And what is this? This is actually known as a Pachyrhinosaurus, a thick-nosed lizard. Okay, beautiful. Next, we have a Cantrosaurus right here. And this Cantrosaurus is a beautiful figure, and Cantrosaurus actually looks very different from a Stegosaurus. It has two spikes on both its shoulders. Okay, I can't really remember the name, the nickname of this dinosaur, but it should be known as the spiked lizard. Yep. Next up, we have an Ouranosaurus. And Ouranosaurus is actually a herbivore. It looks like an Iguanodon. It's a beautifully painted figure, as you guys can see. You can see color patterns across the entire body. It looks so beautiful. Next up, we have a prehistoric animal, and this is known as the Scaphonyx. Yep, it doesn't look like a dinosaur, and it shouldn't be a dinosaur. Okay, it's basically a prehistoric animal. Next, we have a Parasaurolophus, and this one right here definitely reminds me of the Parasaurolophus from Camp Cretaceous, which is bioluminescent. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love the paint scheme, the color combination of pink and purple across this yellow colored body. It looks so beautiful. Next up, we have a Corythosaurus. This looks like a modern day ostrich, and it is a feathered dinosaur. As you guys can see, plenty of feathers across the body. You can see different layers of feathers as well, primary and secondary feathers. Okay, we are now left with 3 more dinosaurs, and this one right here, it should be an Olorotitan. So let's take a look. No, it's actually a Corythosaurus. Alright, it is another herbivore. This is inspired from DK Book of Dinosaurs. And we are now left with 2 and 1 dinosaur egg inside. And what is this? This is actually a Therizinosaurus, which is known as the scythed lizard. Okay, and right now we are left with 1, and this is not a Velociraptor. This should be a Deinonychus. Let me take a look at the name written right below. There you go. It is known as a Deinonychus. It is definitely closely related to a Velociraptor. And right over here we have a dinosaur surprise egg, and this looks like a 3D puzzle. And yes, inside this egg is a Brachiosaurus, but we are not going to open this. Alright, so that's all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.